I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world made of plastic. It's fantastic. Hey, not real. um, so yes, plastic surgery and all of these extremes that people go to. I just wanted to talk about how people are trying to have the perfect face and the perfect figure and the perfect everything, and how silly it is because true perfection has to be imperfect. It might sound foolish, but it's true. I think so, don't you? Because otherwise everyone's going to end up looking the same. I mean, is that where we're going? Is everyone supposed to just pay all this money and have all these plastic bits put inside them and have their face chopped up and implants put in just so we can all end up looking the same? And then how is that a good thing? That's boring. It's boring if everyone looks the same. If everyone had the perfect figure, it would just be dull, wouldn't it? And then, where'd you go from there? And it's just ridiculous to be putting bits of plastic in ourselves, really, and going under the knife. It's dangerous. Every time you go under the knife, any operation has a risk, just having a general anesthetic alone, that is a risk because no one knows how they're going to respond to it, So yeah, I think people need to be a lot more aware of it. I think that the surgeons themselves really are taking advantage of, insecure people. Obviously there's pressure from, all the adverts and everything. I know that when I used to buy magazines, all in the back of magazines, I stopped buying them partly because there was just constant adverts for cosmetic surgery and things like that, That's one of the reasons I stopped buying them, actually. Never used to be the case. It's quite a recent development, really, over the last 10, 20 years, isn't it? And apparently, say, in North Korea, 1/3 of women under the age of 30, 1/3 of them have, had plastic surgery, which I think is just shocking. And that's because apparently in their, society is very, very dominated by advertising. And there's a lot of pressure on the women to just look perfect, And obviously then if you do look perfect, you're then passing that pressure on because everyone around you then feels the pressure to look perfect, So there is actually now a backlash apparently in South Korea. Did I say that right? South Korea. South Korea, there's a backlash because they've had this problem for so long now. It's starting to get to a lot of the women and there's a lot of suicide and everything. And some of them are just being like, no, this is enough. And they're actually saying no to this kind of, perfect image. And they're starting to post pictures of themselves with no makeup. And it's almost becoming a cool thing to go out with no makeup on and not be perfect. And I think that's great. We need more of that. We need more of that type of thing. Because it's people's uniqueness as well that makes them, attractive, really. And if everyone had the perfect face and the perfect body, then, like I say, it would just become boring because you'd be so used to seeing it. So, it's the little quirks that people have, think about like Baby from Dirty Dancing, she had a slightly big nose, didn't she? And that was like, she wasn't meant to be too perfect. She was meant to be, just a bit kind of girl next door type of thing. And then after she had that big hit film, I think she ended up having a nose job because, she got so much stick about her nose and she obviously felt really insecure about it. But actually, she hardly got any work after that because she didn't look like her anymore. That was part of her uniqueness. That was part of her beauty. And you have to just own it and you just have to not care, even if you do get, comments and things like that, you've just got to think nobody is perfect. And, if somebody is perfect, then they're probably not happy anyway, because it's, no, there's reasons that just being beautiful alone, I don't think, I might do another video about this, but there's a lot of very beautiful women like Marilyn Monroe and people like that who actually were very, very unhappy. It didn't make them happy anyway. So I don't think beauty and happiness actually go together at all. So that's ridiculous. yeah, so I think we need to pop. We need to pop this bubble of perfection. Just, woo! It's hard to do, actually. Can't do this one. I'm going to end up stabbing myself. Okay, I might have to leave that one in. Woo! There it goes.